Very good afternoon to you. I'm Richard Kaufman. Welcome to the Macau Open 2015. We're in Macau, the former Portuguese colony that's obviously now a region of China for more than a decade. This 10th Macau Open the 12th of the 13 events on the Grand Prix Gold calendar. Of course, the Indonesian Masters still to come at the end of the year before, of course, that Super Series finals in Dubai. Much to look forward to still at the end of 2015 in the badminton world. But right now, our focus of attention is right here in the Macau Tapsac Multisport Pavilion. And this is your lineup for this afternoon. Of course, 10 semi-finals to be played. We're concentrating on the first 5, starting with that mixed doubles. PV Sindhu looking for the Macau hat-trick. The defending champion up against Akane Yamaguchi. That's going to be well worth a watch. Been a great run so far for Gun Soo-Hwat. Can he keep it going against Yoon Hyuk Jin in the men's singles? And then, of course, we got the men's and women's doubles to complete our lineup here this afternoon. I'm Richard Kaufman. Warm welcome to you then, wherever you are in the world. This Macau Open that goes back to 2006. When amongst the winners were Lin Dan and Fu Haifeng and Cha Yun. Some of the most recognised names in the world of badminton. A Grand Prix Gold event. And a lot of important ranking points because, of course, we started the week with 266 players from 20 countries. And those important world ranking points ahead of next summer's Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro. So the players are making their way out for the first of our offering, the mixed doubles affair between the Koreans, Yeom Hee-won and Solgyu Choi, and these two here, Ronald Alexander and Melati Daeva Oktaviani. Our umpire, Shum Sai-kit, going through the usual pre-match regularities, the toss of the coin, see who's going to be performing on which side of the net. So here we go then, Korean Indonesian mix up in the mixed doubles, with the winner to take on either the Chinese pair, the teens Liu Yuchen and Lee Hun-hui, who play later on tonight, the last match actually on court against Shin Baek-chul and Yoo Jung-chai. Of course, we'll see Shin later on in the men's doubles as well, alongside Ko Soo-keun. This is how they got there. Yeom Hee-won and Solgyu Choi lost the opening set yesterday to Lee Chun-hae and Chow Hoi-wah of Hong Kong, but they came through in 3 sets, while the Indonesian pair of Ronald Alexander and Oktaviani, they were only on court 26 minutes, seeing off Jae Hui Lee and Wang Pei-rong. Well, there is Ronald Alexander, like his playing partner, just 21 years of age. As you can see, they had a bit of a fright in round 1. Lost the first set to Wang Anu of Chinese Taipei, came through in 3 games, but very straightforward, less than an hour on court in the next 2 matches combined for them to make their way through to the semi-finals. As for this relatively new Korean pair, only 6 months together. Prior to yesterday's match, it'd been fairly straightforward, as you can see. They came through their opening couple of rounds in straightforward fashion. So confirmation that our umpire is Shum Sai-kit of Hong Kong. And our service judge is Wang Jianzhong from Chinese Taipei. There he is. Very closely matched, these pairs, in terms of world rankings. Just 2 places between them. Wonder wonder whether it'll be as evenly matched on court for the first of these semi-finals. Fair to say, people still working their way in to view today's offerings.
Okay, ready? Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Ronnie, Alexandra, Melati, Daeva, Oktaviani, Indonesia. And on my left, Solgyu, M1, Korea. Ronnie Alexandra to serve to M1, level, play.
So the Macau Open semi-finals are underway.
1 love.
Mixed doubles affair. And a couple of netted shots from the Koreans. A couple of unforced errors. And once again, M1 puts it in the net. The winners of the Thailand Open in October, these Korean two. And that was their first final. Of course, they've only been together as a pair for 6 months. Nice flick serve there. But at last off the mark. Yeah, the Koreans won in Thailand in October. Ronald, Alexander and Melati, Daeva, Oktaviani, they won only last month when they won the Chinese Taipei Grand Prix event. They were the #1 seeds there. Nicely done by Solgyu Choi, the junior partner. Former medal winner in the World Juniors and the Asian Junior Championships. Well, they've hit their stride now after those early errors, haven't they? That's just long from Alexander. A few nerves out there. Lovely power from Solgyu Choi. That's easy pickings for him. Lost in the second round here last year, did Oktaviani and Alexander. Well, another unforced error. Has been quite a few, hasn't there, in the opening 14 points so far. A little slip from Solgyu Choi. It's fair to say this match yet to really find a real rhythm. Clash of rackets there, and as a result, M1-XD having to find a new one. Strings damaged. This one in full working order. Through the legs from Ronald Alexander, but he couldn't quite find the angle. It was a crowd pleaser, but it didn't prove to be a point winner. Yeah, lovely interception from the M1-XD. So important, isn't it, in the mixed doubles that the lady dominates the front of the court, and on this occasion, the M1-XD did that perfectly.
Whoa. 9-10.
So the advantage at the interval goes the way of the Koreans, but it's fair to say not much to choose between these four players at the start of this mixed doubles semi-final. So 11 points to 9, the interval lead for Solgyu Choi and M1-XD.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Since their win at the Thailand Open in October, they've reached the last 16 at the Denmark Open quarterfinals at the French Open, called Superseries events. Most recently been to the semi-finals on home soil at the Korean Masters before losing in the opening rounds in the last two Super Series events in China and last week in Hong Kong. It's always difficult, isn't it, to make that step up. But both these pairs hovering just outside the top 20 in the world, so crucial world ranking points, never mind the title, up for offer here for them this week. On the stretch, Alexander can only find the net. Well, there doesn't appear to be too much of a drift in the court. Covered the ground nicely, but Alexander just pushing it wide. Empty court for him to find there, though. Still remains tight in this opening game. Service fault called.
Service over 15-12. Service over 13-15. Service over 16-13.
Yeah, a couple of service errors from Oktaviani. But they're very much still in this opening game. At the moment, Iom and Solgyu Choi can't get away. If they can cut out the errors, the Indonesian pair, they might have a chance of even taking this opening game. Good defensive work from Iom. Best rally of the match so far. So just 1 point in it now.
Service over 17-15.
Oh, beautifully found.
Service over 16-17. Play.
Crucial points now. Yeah, it's well left.
Service over.
You have that heart in mouth moment, don't you, where you just wonder, is it going to drop in? But good judgment from Solgyu Choi. And they just maintained this lead, haven't they? That's wide. And it means the advantage 3 points now.
Play. Service over 17-19. Trouble.
Well, this Indonesian pair, ever since having that very early advantage in this opening game, been trailing throughout. And now game points have arrived for Hyewon and Solgyu Choi. play. Well, that's what she needs to be doing to get them a route back into this match. Cover the net beautifully. And beautifully found there as well. This time by Alexander, and well, 2 game points saved. Still the one remaining though. Well, and he needed one more, and in the end, M1 and Solgyu Choi, thanks to Choi's power there, able to take the opening game, 21-19. It was a tight one, but it's the Koreans with the advantage. Confirmation of the scoreline, 21 points to 19. Yeah, ever since the interval, they were chasing the game, weren't they, Alexander and Oktaviani? But enough encouragement in that game if they could cut out the errors, particularly some big service errors, wasn't there, from Melati, Daeva, Oktaviani. They can cut that out there, maybe a way of stretching this match against the Korean pair. So,
20 seconds.
just about to get back underway then in this mixed doubles semi-final in Macau.
Level. Play.
Will it be routine for Solgyu Choi and M1-XD off to an aggressive start in game 2? Oh, that is a fabulous touch of finesse. Of course, the M1 World Championship medal winner. Silver and bronze in 2013 in women's and mixed doubles respectively. She's a classy player and looking to stamp her influence on this match yet.
Service over. 1-2.
Could be an all-Korean final tomorrow because, of course, Shin Baek-jeol and Yoo Jung-chae, they're in the final of the 10 matches on court today. Just the one court for these semi-finals. Yeah, rather tentative that was from Alexander, caught in 2 minds, I think.
Service over. 3-4.
A little bit of luck never goes amiss, does it, really? The Oms, well, block really hit coming off the net. They're happy to sit and wait for the moment, weren't they? Gonna have to be a little cleverer than that, Alexander and Oktaviani. Well, this is turning into a very nice run. 4 straight points for the Korean pair. Already a game to the good. And it's going to be more chasing, it seems, for Alexander and Oktaviani as it was in game 1. That's just wide. And that's just because of the match situation there. Alexander feeling needed to try and find the line. Wasn't far away, but it was comfortably wide. That serve is short though, so that's a little gift back, but a very nice run of points nonetheless. That's simple. It was short, there to be taken, and was. That's short as well, and that's taken too.
Service over, 5-10.
Oh, lovely defensive block that turns into a winner. Using the power of Choi's smash right at the legs. Dug it out really well there, Oktaviani. And some signs of a little bit of Indonesian resistance here. Pity, good idea. And means that they are chasing to try and stay in this match. The Indonesian pair of Ronald Alexander and Melati, Daeva Oktaviani, 11-7 down, and a game down already to M1 and Solgyu Choi.
Seconds. 20 seconds.
Well, you still feel, don't you, that there is hope for Oktaviani and Alexander. Problem is, against someone like M1, it won't be easy, although she's got herself in exactly the right position there. Just didn't quite put off the execution. Another point back for the Indonesian two. And there's another. That's really well played.
9-11.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the problem for them, trying to reverse this match on its head. If Yeoman dominates the net like she is here, it's going to be a real tough nut to crack. Well, this time the net call going the way of the Indonesians. No way of getting that one back. Well, they're just keeping them at arm's length, aren't they? Need a big run of points now. Well played. Well, they're back level. Alexander with the touch cross court. Brings parity back. Remember, it was 10-5 to M1 and Choi in this second game. Now 13-all. And now they lead for the very first time in this second game. In fact, the first time they've led in a game since the opening half a dozen points of the match. Well, what a great turnaround this is from Alexander and Oktaviani. They've won 10 of the last 13 points. Momentum is right behind them right now. It's about maintaining it, and Alexander puts it wide. Trying to mix it up. Trying to deceive, and can't afford to start giving cheap points away again. That's short to serve from Choi. Just clipped the top of the net. This young Indonesian pair, both just 21 years of age. Seeded 7 for this week's event. Of course, their opponents unseeded. well done.
Service 16-17.
Alexander allowing him and his partner a little bit of breathing space. Of course, once you go down like that, chance for the court to be mopped. Well, it was a very tight opening game, 21-19, but there was always signs, wasn't there? There was a way if these two could get
16,
themselves
17.
really in tandem, that they could still get something out of this match, and that's the way it's proved to be.
All.
Back level though. Oh, and suddenly the Koreans are 3 points away from victory, despite the best efforts of the Indonesian pair. Oh my goodness, that's in. Right on the line.
19-17.
What a vital point as well. Oh, it's in the net, and suddenly match points have arrived just when it looked like Oktaviani and Alexander could stretch this to a 3-gamer. 5 points in a row from Eom and Choi, put them on the brink of victory here. Well, they had 3 game points in the opening game. It took them 3 of them to get it done. 3 match points now, of course, down to 2. And it's down to 1 again. Is there more resistance here from Ronald, Alexander and Melati, Daeva, Oktaviani? Seem to play their best badminton, don't they, when things look all doom and gloom. Third time lucky once again. M1 and Solgyu Choi. Well, they made it look pretty routine. I mean, the scoreline, though, it does say a lot, really. 21-19, 21-19. They were able to see it done in pretty quick time, just over 30 minutes on court. But Alexander and Oktaviani will look back on a few unforced errors, particularly early on in the match. Good resistance from them in that second game, but back came the Koreans at them to book their place into another final. Chance to win another Grand Prix gold event for M1 and Solgyu Choi, looking to follow up from their victory in Thailand. They're through to the final here in Macau in the mixed doubles, 21 points to 19, 21-19. A few souvenirs. Always makes the crowd happy. So looking back on that match, which went the way of the Koreans. Solgyu Choi and M1 through to the final of the mixed doubles at the 2015 Macau Open. So confirmation that we have one finalist who have booked their place, and it's all a question of who Hyunwoo and Solgyu Choi will play. Either Liu Chen, Lee Yun-hui against another Korean pair, Shin Baek-cheo and Yoo Jung-chai. And that'll be on match number 10 on the semi-finals here later on this evening. The officials making their way out on court for the next offering for you, which is women's singles. Starting to fill up a little bit now, isn't it?
Now please welcome our player,